Welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. We're going to be talking about which hot starts are real and which ones are fake, just like AJ's fantasy championships. We'll be right back.
The Fantasy Six Pack Hour with your hosts, Joe Bob and AJ Applegarth.
All right, welcome back to the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. With me tonight is Corey Pieper. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot here. It is shorts weather in Wisconsin, like 75 degrees here, which is pretty lovely for mid-April. It's the first time it's been like that, but yeah,
Nice.
Getting ready for some baseball again. Baseball, NFL draft time, man. Great time of year.
Yeah, man. Yep. And AJ over there donning the Eagles shirts.
That's right.
Getting ready for the NFL draft.
Repping my Dagger jersey. You know?
Yeah, man. Speaking of the NFL draft, if you are interested in coverage of that, Fantasy Six Pack's got a ton of it coming up here tomorrow. We're going to be doing the live blog here. Corey, myself, Mace, and maybe a few others going to be jumping in on the live blog on our site. I'm going to be on a few guest spots for podcasts throughout the night as well. So definitely check all that out. We got a ton of content on the site already. The NFL Draft Guide that Corey, Steve Hungarner, and Jamie Perogue did. It was fantastic stuff. And then obviously Corey's got his mock draft up there, and we've got a big board. So lots of stuff, man. Go ahead and get that checked out. And it's all geared toward your fantasy football league. So that's kind of what we look out for. So get on in there and do that. And of course, none of that is paywalled, but we do have plenty of other great content over here on Fantasy Six Pack as well. Our award-winning rankings, our draft cheat sheets for draft time. We've got a lot of betting and DFS content. We've got projections, a whole bunch of other things. Go ahead and over there. And right now, promo code F6PMLB25 saves you 15%. So, yeah, go ahead and check that stuff out. But without further ado, let's jump into some real or fake starts here. AJ, we're going to do this just like last week, guys and gals who are listening. AJ is going to present the player, and then Corey and I will say whether or not it is real or fake. So go at it, man.
Yes. Break out the whiteboards, papers, whatever. Let's talk about real or fake, and we will start off tonight's event with Ben Rice. 15 runs, 6 homers, 10 ribbies, 2 steals, and hitting 286 clip. Joe, what do you think? Real or fake?
I think we just put it up together. What do you think?
Okay. Yes, that's a better idea.
Right.
Both
3,
of you.
2, 1. Real.
All right. We got real.
We got a real.
Okay. Sounds good. We can agree on all that. Everybody likes Ben Rice here. So next player up, we have Mr. Gabriel Arias. 10 runs, 4 homers, 10 ribbies, 1 steal, and 271. Very similar to Ben Rice. Yeah, I guess we can do some analysis. I don't want to just rip through all of these. So, all right. Well, Joe, what's your reasoning for liking Ben Rice?
Yeah, I mean, he played pretty well last year in a short stint. I know the batting average wasn't quite there for him, but he's been a really good average hitter in the minors. So I kind of thought that was he severely underperformed in that department. We know the power is real. Like, he's batting leadoff in this Yankees lineup, and that's gonna be legit. And I mean, if I know, like, maybe he doesn't sit at like 99th percentile, 98th percentile, and all these massive hitting categories on Baseball Savant for the whole season, but that just tells you that, like, even a small dip, he's going to be legit the rest of the season, in my opinion. So if you were lucky enough to pick him up, I think you're going to be in very good hands the rest of the year.
All right. Sounds good. Next player then. Gabriel Arias. I already read the stats. So what say you? Agree or real or fake? Sorry. Okay, we've got another agreement here. So Corey, why do you think this is fake?
So he looks better than he has. He's already got more home runs this season than he had in the 53 games he played last season. The strikeout rate's down, but my issue with Gabriel, I think it's Arias. My issue with Gabriel Arias is he's a placeholder until their number one overall selection from last summer, Travis Bassitt, gets called up to the major leagues. So any slight hint of a slowdown, and there'll be no reason for the Guardians, to not put Gabriel Arias back in the minors. So while I think it's nice, and if you want to ride the hot hand for a little while, I know he's not playing every day either. They've taken him out of the lineup a couple days. Not playing every day, just holding a place for Travis Bassitt. Ride it while you can, but don't be afraid to cut bait.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, next player we have here is Carson Kelly, Chicago Cubs catcher. He's got 12 runs, 6 homers, 18 RBIs, no steals, and a 371 batting average. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, we've got ourselves a battle, and I get to be the tiebreaker. Joe, why do you think this is fake? Make me want to agree with you.
I mean, look, if you look at Carson Kelly's stats over his career, he's never come close to this kind of a pace. Obviously, I don't think, even if you're saying real, I don't think you're expecting this pace to be the thing. You're not saying real this pace. My thing is that this is still a pretty big timeshare at catcher. Right now, it is leaning in Kelly's favor because he's super hot. I think the second he cools off a little bit, we're going to see a lot more of, I believe his name is Miguel Amaya. You're going to see a lot more of him back there. They can't DH him because Sia Suzuki is their full-time DH. So I don't know what they'll do there. That would be the only reason why I would think that this would be considered real. My concern is you're going to lose a lot of playing time going forward in what was thought to be a pretty 50-50 split. And I think we'll get there sooner rather than later.
Okay. Corey, sell me. Why do you think it's real?
I mean, Joe is right. I don't think that he's going to be a 370 hitter with what would be 50 home runs, but I think at this point he's moved into streamable back end catcher starting one territory. And yes, he is battling some playing time with Miguel Amaya, but he looks pretty good right now. I think that he is clearly starting to overtake Miguel Amaya in this role. And while he's basically going out there and just saying, I'm going to pull everything. If you look at the spray chart, every one of his hits is a pulled ball. So he's just pulling everything. We've seen that work with Paredes. It can be hard at Wrigley Field, but I think there's 25 home runs in Carson Kelly's bat if he finds enough playing time, and I'm willing to just ride the hot hand at catcher and say this is a 10 to 15 catcher going to the forward.
Okay. I have always been a fan of Carson Kelly. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is real. Not the average. That's going to come down, obviously. The OBP is going to come back down and correct, obviously. You mentioned you think he's a 20 homer guy. I mean, he had 18 in 2019, and that's the most games he's played in a season at 111. His walk percentage has kind of been all over the place. Granted, obviously that's,
you don't think this year's 26% is going to last? You don't think he's going to walk 26% of the time?
No, I do not see that.
You guys are making more arguments in my favor of why this isn't real. Lots of these things aren't going to keep up.
They're not going to keep up, but he's still going to be a solid.
The bar is pretty low at catcher, Joe. The bar
is.
Catcher.
It is.
Exactly.
But he's been part of that low bar plenty of times.
But the other nice thing is that his K rate is only 8% right now. Obviously, there should be some regression there, but if he can keep that in the low, tens and teens, I don't see why he can't be a valuable asset. So I'm going to be the tiebreaker, and I'm going real. So next guy up here, We've got the torque machine, and that's Spencer Torkelson. 17 runs, 7 homers, 21 RBI, 1 steal, and a 273 average. 1, 2, 3, shoot. All right.
Kind of figured that one.
Corey, what do you think? You obviously both think that this is the real deal here. So why do you like torque?
Joe even hit me up on Twitter earlier this week, shouting me out for my love of Spencer Torkelson going back to the spring training when he was hot. He was hot. I said it then. I drafted Spencer Torkelson at the end of a lot of drafts. He's got a 31 home run season on his resume already. Yes. Do I think the 273 average drops? He probably settles in closer to like 240 to 250. There's 30 home runs in that bat. He's elevating the ball. He's getting to the pull side. Spencer Torkelson looks really good right now, and I think you keep playing him, and I think we're going to see, I don't know if he'll get back to 31, but 25 home runs with a better average than he's ever shown before. I'm in on Spencer Torkelson.
But if he only gets to 25 and he has 7 through the month of April, I'm going to be crying.
30 whatever, somewhere in there.
That's
one thing I will say too,
not to him, but
I think a lot of people probably would say like the average would probably get down to like 240 even, but he's walking at a much higher clip right now too. So if he can continue to walk and be a little more selective at the plate, I think that's going to just help him even more.
All right. I like Torque this year as well. I like what he's putting out there, and I'm all in on him as well for right now. So let's stick with the first base position here and talk about Jonathan Aranda, name that's popped up on the past few shows of ours here. Obviously a popular player right now because of his 12 runs. 4 homers, 13 RBIs, no steals, but a 344 average. A little high. You're getting Carson Kelly range here. So what do you guys think on this one? Ooh, we have another debate. All right, Corey, I gave Joe the floor for the debate earlier. So why do you think this is real?
I've always been an Aranda guy. He just has taken a lot longer to develop than I thought we would. He's now 26 years old, but look at some of the metrics this guy's putting out there. 94th percentile barrel rate, 60% hard hit rate right now. He's hitting the ball all over the field. He sprays it all over. They play in Steinbrenner Field, which I'm pretty sure I could hit a home run out of on a good day at this point, where it's so small. My only concern with Aranda at this point is playing time, and over the weekend they played him against 2 lefties, and he got a hit in both games. So if he's going to start playing every day, that's even more advantage to him. I think we're going to see a pretty good season out of Jonathan Aranda, and I'm ready to say that it's real.
Okay. Joe, why do you think it's fake?
Yeah, I mean, Corey already said it. I mean, playing time with the Rays is always a debacle, right? I mean, they just like to move people around, platoon tons of guys. I don't know if I agree. Like the 344 batting average right now is really high. I mean, he's striking out at only a 15% clip right now, which is lower than even some of his minor league seasons. So that's probably not going to keep up there. He's got a slugging percentage of 656, which is just unreal. Like, come on. I think he'll be a fine player. I don't agree that like this is real. Like,
can I throw
this pace isn't even like crazy, but it's not maintainable.
Can I throw a stat line out there for you, Joe, and you just tell me if it's believable or not? Okay, 90 runs, 22 homers, 78 ribbies, 290.
So you said 20 homers, like
20 home runs, 80 RBIs, 290 batting average.
I don't know, man. I kind of have a feeling he maybe the 20 homers, but like I wouldn't be surprised if he falls closer to like 60 RBI. Like the Rays offense isn't good either. Like you gotta remember that. So and with no speed, like I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I mean he has yet to get a steal in the majors. I mean, granted, all of his years have been pretty small sample sizes here, but
he doesn't run. Like you look at his minor league season,
well, yeah,
he barely runs.
He doesn't have anything. So that's already a knock against him. I'm gonna agree with Joe on this one. I'm gonna go with fake. The other thing I'm looking at here is his BABIP is at 367 right now. So I feel like, that's leaning into his average, but he's got
of course
a 327 2 years ago. And his average was a 230. So there's just a trade-off there that's seems like the average is, where he's lower in average. And again, not a lot of games played, so hard to really judge it, but I'm not believing in him yet.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, of course, granted, he's playing in that ballpark, so that's playing in his favor, but he's only got, a 34% hard percentage rate right now, 52% medium percentage rate. Like, that's not going to play in other ballparks. So unless he just hits all of his home runs at Steinbrenner Field, I don't know, which is possible. That's going to hurt his chances to, like, get to 20, which is where you're going to need him to get to.
Okay, next up, we've got Tyler Soderstrom, and he is sitting at 17 runs, 9 homers, 19 RBIs. Again, no steals, but a 281 batting average. Real or fake? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah, I'm going to do it too. I like him, but no way.
Ooh.
Not this.
Wow. Okay.
I think the power is real, but I think we're already seeing the average fall off with Soderstrom. I don't know what he did today, but he's over his last dozen. The average is starting to fall off. I think he could get to 25 to 30 home runs, which if you're getting him still catcher eligible, sure, go for it. But if you're getting him at first base, that's going to come with like a 230-ish average, I think is probably where it settles in at. And you're going to, so 230 with 25 home runs. Like, I'd much rather have Spencer Torkelson at this point at first base. I'd rather have Aranda. Maybe you guys prefer Soderstrom, but I'd rather have Aranda than Soderstrom. I just think that this average could get really ugly really quick. But if you just need power, he'll give you that.
I'll say this: his BABIP is 271, so you could say that he would have a higher batting average. If that kind of goes back to the mean, but he had a 273 BABIP last year and a 233 batting average. So it seems like he's just hitting a lot of fly balls.
Yeah, his launch angle is 13 degrees. The dude is just trying to launch the ball into the air, which, he's also playing at a minor league park. Like, I get why he's doing it. Yeah. But that'll hurt his average. It's going to be tough for him to hit for average.
He's hitting 42% fly balls right now. So that will kill your average a lot of times. Yeah. You just pop out, a lot. And right now they're carrying. Eventually the home run stroke will slow down, and those won't carry, and they will all turn into outs. So I like him, and he was a great find off the waiver wire, and he is carrying me in a couple of leagues right now. Him and Torkelson, I've got them on the same team in one league, and it is fantastic. I'm expecting to tumble unless Vlad Guerrero can get his head out of his ass very soon in that same league.
The one thing I will say too is his hard hit rate is just like astonishing every year. He's just under 40% in 2023. He was just under 50% in last year, and he's already at 50% this year. His expected batting average for this year right now is 291. With what you said on the BABIP there, maybe that does play. But slugging at 607 right now, it's hard to buy that for the full season. But he kind of reminds me of like a I don't even know if you can say like a poor man's Suarez, because he's kind of in the same mold. Like, he's not going to right now he's helping you in average, but if that starts falling off, like Corey said, he's really just going to be a power guy, and that's all you're going to be looking at for him. So I'm torn, but I think it's a bit fake too. So across the board on that one. Next up here, we've got Pavin Smith, also kind of been on a little bit of a power surge lately. 4 homers, 13 runs, 9 RBIs, 397 batting average.
I think we're gonna agree on this one.
I don't think so.
I would
Really?
Okay, so okay.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
we
see
do
it.
not
Oh,
agree.
No,
We do not
no.
agree.
Let me go
fake.
first on this one. Do I think he's going to hit
Wait a minute,
400
you went
with
first last
a? Do I think he's
Yeah.
going to hit 400 with a 500 on base percentage and a 790 slug or 760 slug? No. Do I think he's going to be? Here's where I think he's usable in the same respect that Jock Peterson was usable on this team last year. He's hitting the ball hard. He's playing against. He's absolutely pummeling righties. He's done that his whole career. They bat him third in one of the best lineups in the game. He consistently bats third when he's in the lineup, and they don't play him against lefties. So that'll help his average. Yes, you'll lose some of the counting stats, but that will help the average. Do I think it settles in at 300 plus? Probably not. It probably falls to like 290. But I think he can hit for 30 home runs. He's never had a hard time hitting for power. When he's in there, he hits. It's just been a matter of he doesn't play. So they let Jock Peterson go basically because I think they said we're just going to use Pavin Smith in that same role, and I think that is what he can offer for you. So yes, do I think he's going to hit this? No, but I think he can be useful as a guy who's eligible at both first and outfield.
Joe, sell me.
So there's a lot of red flags with him right now. First off, he does platoon, so you just helped me out, Corey. Thank you very much. Second, BABIP 559. No, not going to happen. K rate 28.6%. Nah, home run to fly ball rate 33%. I mean, just wild outlier numbers. Yes, he's on a hot streak. It's still early, so those numbers will be outliers. But that's what this show is about, and that's why he's on this list, because it's a hot start and people are wondering if it's real or not, and it is not. It is fake.
I'm not believing in Pavin, however you say it. I mean, he doesn't play enough games. He never has.
He'll play more than he did in the past.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, his best season was 21, where he was basically a full-time player, but he just hasn't been since then. And, I think he's going to get some more than like 60 to 70 some games. But I just don't believe it. I just don't know if he's going to be enough to really help your squad. There might be some categories he can help you in roto here and there, but for somebody who's not a full-time player, I'm just not interested.
Just walked again. So I'm watching it. Just walked again. I'm telling you, right behind
he does
Corbin
have a
Carroll.
70% walk
Right
rate.
behind Corbin Carroll, right ahead of Josh Naylor.
Yeah.
I'll take the Pavin Smith. This one, I'm feeling good about this one. Okay, we're going to track this one. I'm keeping track.
All right. We need a banner for.
We need a
banner update on Pavin first of all, but
Corey's going to start.
We need a new
baseball receipts Twitter.
Yeah,
calling me out.
Man,
we need a new a counting banner. That's what I was trying to think of for whatever we have. All right, so the next guy up here we have is Kyren Paris. 13 runs, 5 homers, 8 RBI, 5 steals, 273 average. 1, 2, 3 shoot.
I want it to be real, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's already falling off a lot in the no time at all. I don't believe he has a hit in his last, is it like close to a week since he's had a hit? His average is down to 273.
Last hit was
bad.
the 15th of April.
Yeah. It's been a while, and he hasn't, after that hot start where was it 5 steals and 5 home runs in the first few games, he has not done either of those. It's a fun story. Now that Zach Neto's back and playing well, I'd be interested to see how long Kyren Paris consistently stays in the lineup when Luis Rengifo gets healthy too.
Yeah.
It sucks. We talked about him, having a hot start and he's a great pickup. Go ahead. And if he keeps on this pace, they're going to have to find a way to get Neto and him in the keep him in the lineup. And now they don't have to anymore. I mean, he's dropping in the batting order. He got all the way up to 4 for one game, but 7 for a lot. And now he's back down to 8. It's trending in the wrong direction. It's not good.
Yeah. I picked him up on Wednesday, April 9th. This has been broadcast on the show multiple times because I benched him that day and lost those 16 points from the 2 homers he had that day. Immediately traded him that Friday, 2 days later.
Oh, nice.
Luis Arias. which we talked about. I think that was post.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Well, so Arias obviously like wrecked himself the other day, but
concussion.
Still long term. I'm looking pretty good at that trade.
Yeah,
And
that's
all
good.
over.
That's pretty good.
Was all over that. He's since been dropped by the guy that I traded him to last Saturday, but he was picked up today. So,
well, AJ, you and I talked off air in the Fantasy Six Pack series. I picked up Paris. $2 the week that he caught fire, and of course I forgot to start him that week naturally. But then I was like, oh, he's gonna go for like hundreds of dollars in every single one of these divisions, and I think the highest was like a 177. Someone blew 17% of their fab on Kyren Paris after that week. He just blew up, and he's probably gonna get dropped in like another week. Like I don't, that sucks. So I was happy to only spend $2 on him. Yeah. But I mean, not gonna lie, like I probably would have gone pretty hard after him, after that 1 week too, because second base is just terrible. So,
it's brutal.
Fun story, but we get those all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, all right. Next guy up here, Jung Hoo Lee, 20 runs, 3 homers, 15 RBI, 3 steals, and a 3.15 average. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ooh. All right. We got ourselves a tie again. Joe, what do you think? What do you like about?
Good. I'm really 50-50 on him. I know he had some really good seasons of the KBO. I think he's going to be an overall good hitter. He's obviously, he didn't adjust very well last season. Didn't get a lot of playing time last season either. But he's adjusting a lot better this year. The batting average is crazy good. 315 right now. He's not going to be like a 30 home run guy. He might not even be a 25 home run guy. You're probably looking at like a, 17-20 guy, 20-17 guy. Like, and that's going to play. Especially with that batting average. The Giants' offense is kind of sneaky good. Like they do it every year. It's like boring names. You're like, oh wait, who? Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Oh yeah, he's good now because he's on the Giants. That's just what they do. So they've revived careers, man. Matt Chapman, look at him. He's doing it again. So I think he'll be fine. He's not gonna be like a league winner or anything, but He'll be okay. I think the pace he's at is perfectly legit and real.
All right.
To me, I just want to just shout this out there.
Yeah.
The average is there, and his expected average is even higher than his 315 average. It's 325. Joe's talking about power and speed, maybe, but I think it's just basically the same thing that Stephen Kwan gives you, which is like 12-ish home runs, 12 steals, and a ridiculous batting average, except that he bats third all the time. So that's where I'm at with Jung Hoo Lee. He's not a league winner, like Joe said, but like a rock solid outfielder 3 or something like that on your team.
I got it. All right. Yeah. I'm buying in.
Nice.
All right. Next guy up here is Mr. PCA, Pete Crow-Armstrong, 20 runs, similar to Jung Hoo. 4 homers, also similar. 13 RBIs, also very similar. 8 steals, though, and a 276 average. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, shoot.
Both fake.
And he hit another home run. Like I was watching him, he hit a home run earlier this evening, so he's got another home run on top of it. But there's just a lot of things. He's not hitting the ball particularly hard yet anymore. 85 average exit velocity isn't hard. His hard hit rate's actually down. He still strikes out. I think the steals are real. I think if you drafted him believing that you were getting a stolen base threat, sure, that's fine. I think he's probably going to be on your team. But if you suddenly think you've just lucked into this big home run hitter, I don't think that's going to happen. So I think he is what he is. He's a steals guy who's probably not going to provide much average, but he's going to play every day because he's an amazing defender in the outfield. Just don't bank the home runs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at his baseball savant page, it's a lot of blue, which is not good. It's lower, it's lower 50% on all of the metrics that you want for a power guy. He's just making it work right now. I mean, kind of Bryce Terang-ish. It's kind of weird. So,
Yeah.
and you know, I do think he's a steals guy, but at the same time, like, if like you can't steal bases if you can't get on base, and I don't know if I believe in the 276 batting average right now either. So there will be a struggle there for him to get on base. And I mean, we saw, like, I think it was the first like week or week and a half, 2 weeks even. Like, I don't think he did a whole lot. Even the stolen bases was like, what's this guy doing? And he's caught fire the last couple of weeks. Yeah, he didn't have a steal. He had 1-2 steals through April 6th. So, yeah, almost a full week and a half until he got a steal, and then he just kind of went on a tear.
Yeah.
But these home runs have come in bunches too. It's like all been within the last like week and a half. So, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting a real high fly ball percentage here too, 47.8. I mean, that's even higher than last year, where he did have 10 homers, but 27 steals in 123 games. So almost a full season. I love the speed. I'm definitely believing in that as well, banking on that. That expected average is about 30 points lower than where he is right now. So that's gonna hurt him if he can, if he drops back down to that mean. He's not going to be on base as much, so he's not going to have as many steal attempts or chances. Sorry, but still a viable player. I'm just not overly buying in. All right, next guy up here, Mr. Sal Frelick, 13 runs, 1 homer, 6 RBI, 7 steals, and a 321 average. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Okay. All right. I mean, we got some believers here. Little Imagine Dragons tour going on. Let's go. Corey, what are you thinking?
For fantasy purposes, he is a 2.5 category contributor, right? So while I said fake for Pete Crow-Armstrong and real for Sal Frelick, I'd still rather have Pete Crow-Armstrong because even if I don't believe the power is real with him, there is no power Sal Frelick. I know he has a home run. The dude has 1 barrel. He has 1 barrel this season after going all last season with 3. So you're just not going to get any power. But I trust the average.
He's a torpedo bat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Nice. Very cool.
Got
to get it in there and bump it up a little bit. Did you see where there was talk where the torpedo bat company apparently, I'm assuming this is all just a rumor, wanted to talk to Jazz Chisholm because he's using a torpedo bat and he's not hitting now. So they wanted to see if he'd switch back.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if that's real or not. Don't quote me on
No.
that. But Sal Frelick, back to him. Power, no. Batting average, sure. He hardly ever strikes out. He gets on base a lot. And the Brewers love to run. They are stealing bases in bunches. The other day against the Giants? No, I don't know. Athletics. They stole 9 bases in 3 innings. 9 bases in 3 innings. The team runs wild out there. So, yeah, I trust the speed.
We need more of that Bryce Terang.
Yeah, he got base tonight. I saw that. He trust the speed, trust the average, get some runs. Don't bank the other 2.
Bingo.
All right. Enough said on that one. Let's move it on from the offensive side to some pitching guys here. Next guy is Hunter Brown. He is sitting at 24 innings, 2-1 record, up to 22 Ks, a very nice 1.5 ERA, and a very nicer 0.83 whip.
Careful. I think that's a 1.16 ERA now.
Is it?
He pitched yesterday.
Oh, yeah, 24 innings.
He's at 31.
4 whip.
Yeah, he's even better. He's even better now.
Okay.
Boom. Real.
Oh,
both of us.
We're real. Okay. Joe, why are you believing?
Yeah, I mean, look, do I really think he's finishing with a 1.16 ERA and a 0.74 whip? No, absolutely not. He's not going to be Class A as a starter. There's no chance. However, look, I mean, if you look at like last year's stats and you're thinking like, oh, high, 3 ERA total, that's not who he is. Look at his second half: 2.26 ERA, 74 strikeouts, and 71 and 2/3 inning. Had a batting average against of 221. He's a good pitcher. He was a really high prospect for them for a reason. It just took him a couple of years to kind of get settled into the majors, and it finally looks like he's there. So I am all in on Hunter Brown. He was one of the guys that I really wanted to target in the middle of drafts. It's kind of one of those like just breakout pitcher types, and this one looks like it's actually coming to fruition.
Yeah, another guy I liked, coming up as prospect as well. I can see that ERA obviously jumping back up because he's not a 1.16 guy.
No, nobody is.
And I also see his walks coming back up as well. Career, he's just over 3 walks per 9. He's sitting at under 2 right now. So I feel like that'll regress. But overall K per 9 rate has been consistent. So I think the innings are there for him, and I like what he's going to put out. Next guy up here is Tyler Mahle. He is at 20. Well, according to our sheet, he's at 26.2 innings, 3-0, 25 Ks, 0.68 ERA, and again a 0.83 WHIP. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Fake.
I think Mahle's good. I don't think he's that good. I think that you should not have Tyler Mahle sitting on waiver wires and when it's time to find pitching depth right now. He's been off to a good start, but 0.68 ERA, no. He's given up 10 hits in 26 innings. Of course, that's going to regress. The strikeouts are good. The strikeouts have always been there with Mahle as long as he can stay healthy, and that's been a big deal because he has pitched less than 30 innings the last 2 years combined, or 38 innings the last 2 years combined. So we got to keep him healthy, but as long as he's healthy, you should be willing to use Mahle. Just realize that the ERA is probably going to settle in. I mean, if I got like a 3.2 out of him, I guess I'd be pretty happy because I think I'm going to get a strikeout per inning. I think the strikeouts are real, but the ERA will rise, the WHIP will rise. The rest of it, I think, is realistic, but not to that extent.
Yeah, I mean, the injuries have always been, the bugaboo for him, and now that he's with Texas, I'm worried about Summers down there. Yeah, that ERA is definitely flying up.
90% left on base rate. Good luck.
That is what we call luck. So
yes.
All right, next pitcher up here we have is Mr. Max Meyer, 24 innings, 1-2 record, 27 Ks, 2.63 ERA. There's a normal one. 1.13 WHIP. 1, 2, 3. Fake or real?
I'm gonna do a little bit of this.
Oh, okay. It's a little confusion, Joe. But you both seem not confident in your answers, but you keep holding yours up longer. So why are you less not confident?
I mean, it's a small sample size for him to be able to perform at this level right now. We haven't seen anything close to it from him. Not even in the minors. Like, he was a pretty good prospect coming out of the minors, but like he didn't have even close to this success in the minors. I mean, like he's still only 26, so I mean it's about the right time to break out. There's a lot of things that sort of are like, I mean, strikeouts are up like 2 per 9 right now, as opposed to like even some of his minor league numbers the last couple of years. I mean, look, maybe it's just he's figured something out. Walks are way down. That's always a good thing. That just helps keep your ERA down. The home runs are way down too. Like, he's just not allowing home runs right now. 0.9 home runs per 9 innings. Last year it was 2.21. Year before that it was 3. So I think he's got talent. I just do think we're gonna see a blow up game or two here pretty soon from him. Trying to even think of like who he's played. So Pittsburgh, not great.
Yeah.
Atlanta, that was the second game of the year. They weren't And
they weren't great then.
They're starting to pick it up now, but not so hot. At the Mets, pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Arizona was pretty solid. And then the 14 strikeouts this past week against Cincy was just unreal. That was a crazy game. So there's just a lot of reservation when you see a guy like just kind of come out of nowhere like this. Like I don't think he was drafted in a lot of leagues.
No.
So
I don't think so.
The way he's doing it is he's basically just spamming the best slider in the history of the baseball. His slider has a 54% whiff rate on it, meaning 1 out of 2 times someone swings at it, they don't touch it. And he's thrown it far and away, almost 20% more than any more pitch, which is his 4-seam fastball. So perhaps the rest of the league catches on to that and this slows down, or he's going to hurt a guy who's already had a history of arm injuries, is going to injure his arm throwing one of the toughest pitches to throw.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can ride it. It's another one. I think you can ride it while it lasts. I don't know how long it will last. And even as long as he stays healthy, yeah, it'll regress some, but I still think he'll be usable. So that's why I went with realizing that this is more than likely the best 5-game stretch you're going to get out of him all season.
Yeah, I like Meyer. I like him in certain spots. Piggybacking on your thoughts there, Corey. If it's not a good enough matchup, I mean that the K's were crazy in that last game. I don't see that. If he can get 7, 8, okay, great. I'm all in on that. If the matchup's right, but it's going to be a pick and choose for me for Meyer. All right. Finishing out here, our last pitcher of the evening. Well, not last, but the last of our main real or fake, discussion here before we do some Reddit rapid fire. Kris Bassitt, Toronto. He's at 28 2/3. He's a 2-1 record, 34 Ks, a 188 ERA, and a 115 whip. 1, 2, 3, real or fake?
Oh,
ooh.
Ending with a debate.
Oh no, Joe. Why do you think this is? Why do you think this is fake?
Like Bassitt's always been okay, but he's been okay, right? Where he's getting almost an extra 2 Ks per 9 right now is something I can't quite figure out. His walk rate is like half of what it was last year. I mean, look, if he finishes in the mid 3s for ERA, his whip is probably around where it's going to be at 1.15. I think you're fine with that. I just don't really know where this, 10.67 Ks per 9. He has never been over 10 on average in his entire career. He's only been over 9 once. But like something just doesn't add up. So that's kind of where I'm at with him. He's going to eat innings. He's going to be an accumulator. We've mentioned that before a lot. The other thing I've looked at here is like his velocity on his pitches is even lower this year, which is even more crazy to think. Like his fastball is down to 91 from 92 last year. His cutter's down to 87. His slider or splitter is down to 83. Like usually when you lose velocity, you don't strike out more people. So it's just nothing really seems to be adding up. So I don't know. I'm not believing in it.
Corey, why are you believing in it?
To some extent, what Joe said is true. Like, do I think that he's going to settle in here at this ERA? No, of course not. I think it'll settle closer. I just think that he didn't get drafted in a lot of leagues because he had the worst season of his career last year with his 4.16 ERA, or at least the worst season he's had since the days of Oakland, and that was a mistake. I think Kris Bassitt should have been drafted in a lot of leagues because I think he's going to settle into what we saw most of his time since 2018 here, where it's a mid-3s ERA, a passable whip, around a strikeout an inning. I think that is what I believe with Kris Bassitt, and that he should be on a team. We probably underestimated him in the draft season. Do I think he'll settle in at this? No, it'll rise up. He hasn't given up a home run yet. That'll come. And the strikeouts, he's right. They are. It is surprising to see the strikeouts jump like that. Another one. I also think that'll probably settle down too. So I guess I probably wanted in between real and fake because there's parts of this I believe he should be rostered, but
yes,
this is not a.
Yeah.
I don't think there's suddenly an
Absolutely.
age 35 breakout here in Kris Bassitt either. So in that case, or 36. So I'll
30,
also say fake
yeah,
to that too.
36.
So parts of this are real. You should absolutely have him on your roster, but no, he's not suddenly a new level either.
No, I agree with Corey on this one. Like I don't know if I necessarily think it's what he's done. I don't think is necessarily real, but I agree with both of you. He should be rostered. His ERA is gonna dip down. We know that his WHIP should dip down a little bit. But yeah, I mean the K's are there, and they've maintained consistency throughout his career. They've increased really. He's definitely at his highest point right now. That could drop back down, but it's not going to drop that far. I think he's going to stay where he's been. He'll start walking some more people. It's got a passable home run per 9. You know what you're getting with him. I mean, he's a consistent guy, and I think most matchups you're fine starting him. Yankees maybe not. Baltimore, sure, why not? They suck right now, so go for it. But all right, well, that wraps up our real or fake section of the night. So now we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a rapid fire here, I guess, and list off some names. We did some crowdsourcing on Reddit and got a lot of feedback, a lot of names here, a lot of names. So we'll probably try to keep this pretty tight,
yes.
But we'll see. So first guy up here is Matt Mervis.
Yeah, I mean for what he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
For what
real.
he is, like Joe just said, for what he is, he's got the power. He's hitting home runs right now. I think he might have hit another one tonight to get him to 7. I think he could hit 25 home runs. He's going to play every day for the Marlins, but the average is going to suck. So he's below every other of those first basemen we talked about above, like Torkelson, Aranda. There was another one we talked about, whoever that was.
Soderstrom.
Thank you. Yes, Soderstrom. Yes, I'd rather have him too. So
Yeah. All right. Nolan Schanuel.
I gotta look at his numbers. I mean, again, kind of for what he is.
Yeah.
Is he really off to that hot of a start? I don't know. Meh. It's kind of doing what he always does.
Yeah. All right. Next guy up is another Marlin here, Eric Wagaman.
I don't know. Sure. I'm gonna go with this. I don't know because he plays for the Marlins. No idea. Who cares?
I mean,
Man, if you roster this guy, you're in a really deep league. I'm not gonna lie.
his ownership is not high. I did just pick him up.
Was this a Mark Strasburg entry?
Yeah, quite possibly.
If you listen to last week's show, you'll know why I said that.
Yes. He has hit safely in every game since the 11th of this month. So he's riding a nice little hit streak here. Got a couple homers.
Some of his stuff looks pretty good, actually. Like some of this under the hood stuff looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean he's getting runs. He's hitting third in the order, so I like what he's put out there. He's not striking out a ton, but a little bit.
13%. So. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say this is someone that you just ride it while it's hot, and if he goes like 0 for 4 games, don't like lose sleep over moving on. That would be my advice with Eric.
Yeah, exactly.
But some of this looks pretty good right now.
Perfect. All right, Kris Bubic.
This is a good one here. This is a really good one because Bubic has been awesome.
Yeah, I like it real.
Yeah,
He was good
me
last
too.
year too. A little under the radar, good last year.
Yeah. Last game, I don't feel like was that strong, but he's been strong overall. All right. Tommy Edman.
Well, we all know how Corey feels about Edman. But
What? Are you kidding
oh wait,
me?
wait, no. I'm thinking of the wrong. Sorry, I'm really
What?
I'm thinking of Kiki Hernandez. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no. We're
Sorry.
not,
Yeah,
none of this
that's
Kiki
why I said that.
Hernandez
No,
garbage here.
this is
We're not-
real. This is real. I've always
Yeah.
liked
Okay,
Edman's game.
so the part of Tommy Edman that I don't get is he's now the best home run hitter on the Dodgers. Like, forget Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts. Tommy Edman just now nails bombs for him. 8 home runs. That, I don't know if that's real or not, but he's going to find ways to be relevant for fantasy. That I feel very confident in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Michael Busch.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh. Uh-oh. Now. All right. We disagree. Cameron Misner.
You don't want to know. Okay.
I don't care. No,
Sure.
Michael Busch.
I picked him up and I'm pretty ready to drop him already.
Yeah.
The problem with him is that they just have so many outfielders. We already talked about their platooning issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Pitching. Jose Soriano.
Oh,
I mean, has he been good?
Mm-hmm.
when he's good, he is
Yeah.
so good, and when he is bad, he is
He's so
miserable to watch.
bad.
I can't. I'm out. Like a 4.34 ERA. Who cares? Why is this guy on the list? How come we didn't audit this list well enough? Should not be here. This isn't a good start.
Yeah.
Because he got lit up yesterday. I'm okay with Soriano as a like streamer option, but you're not just rolling him out there every day. That's what I think.
No. Yeah. And yeah. Next guy, Andrew Abbott, Cincy.
Skipped one. Yeah. I didn't pull him
Did
up.
I?
Yeah. No, I did. I'll go
Oh.
back. So.
Yeah. Abbott, another guy that I think is streamer eligible at best. But, I mean, he's had a couple of nice starts so far. He was supposed to start today, I believe, or maybe yesterday, but he got pushed to Friday or this weekend. All right. Keibert Ruiz. Keibert. Real. Okay. Good enough. Next guy up is we talked about skipping him. Geraldo Perdomo, or were you thinking
It doesn't
Sagasi?
matter to you. You're in
Thomas
charge,
Sagasi.
man. You're the
We'll
boss.
throw him out there.
Oh
Fine,
no!
Thomas.
Don't tell him he's in charge. That's bad. That's a
Yes.
That's a bad
Yes.
idea.
Thomas Sagasi.
Sagasi, the production is pretty good, but they don't play him enough. So while you can look at that 400 batting average and say this guy's a stud, I think he could bat pretty well if they play him, but they just don't refuse to play him enough. So
Yeah. All right, Perdomo.
I mean,
yes.
All right, Joe. Why are you thinking it's fake?
I mean, even in his best season, playing 148 games, 5 bombs, 9 steals. I mean, granted, that was a 195 batting average. So, yeah, I mean, bump it up the next year. 6 home runs, 16 steals. Cool. He's way above pace on that. Good offense he plays in. I get it. I don't buy that, like, he's all of a sudden, like, going to be this, if he stays on pace, you're looking at, like a 15, 20 stolen base guy. Like, I don't know if we're getting 15 home runs from this guy all of a sudden. I don't know where that power is coming from.
Y'all are Diamondbacks haters. That's all let's do it. Y'all hate the Diamondbacks.
I don't hate on him.
Y'all are haters.
Well,
No, I think
have a reason
Perdomo's
to hate on him,
good.
actually, now that I think about it.
I think Perdomo's pretty
F
good.
those snakes.
He's still only 25, so there's room for development here, right? We can see improvement. He's cut the strikeout rate down to less than 10%. And more importantly, they gave him a big contract, which means that they want to trust him. So we're not going to, they have Jordan Lawler kicking the tires down there to get in the door, but they just gave him a big contract extension. So I think that solidifies Perdomo's spot in the lineup. That's why I'll say it's real in an extent that I'd be willing to use him as like a middle infield option.
Okay. I mean, I can get in that, and you're knocking me for my Pavin Smith thing. I get it. I get it.
That's right. You got it. Y'all are the haters.
Drew Rasmussen.
I'll go here. He's always been solid.
Good and good. Casey Mize.
This one's tough for me. This
Yeah,
one's
this
tough
one
for
is
me.
tough.
I'm gonna go fake.
All right. Corey.
Look, he's got the pedigree, right? It's a former first overall pick. He started pitching well in spring training. They're going to give him length. He pitches in a very good park to pitch. He's not getting enough strikeouts to maintain the ERA where it's at. So, like, I think it'll regress some, but I think that he should be another one. I think, yes, it will regress, but he will be on a roster until unless it falls off. Like, if it falls off, go ahead and drop it. But for now, you need to keep him on a roster and ride it while he's there. And I think we can get probably 2-3 more months of pretty good production out of him. I'm willing to say that out of it. But I'm not like dying on a hill for Casey Mize. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right. Nor should you be. Landon Roop.
Dude, stud.
Okay. Real and real. Like it.
I love
Strikeout machine, man.
Yes,
Go
he
get
is.
him.
Yes. Yep. I just picked him up today.
He's had a rough start to the year. Like with matchups, he'd be so much better if it weren't for some of the matchups they had. All the Giants pitchers, man.
Yeah. This just in, Perdomo just flied out to center.
Pavin Smith is up, though. He'll bring him in. Don't you worry. Do not doubt.
But no, he's up. They've got nobody on base and 2 outs right now. So, and he's walked. It's finally catching
2
up.
walks, just bumping up that on base percentage. It's going to be at 700 by the end of the night.
Yep.
700. Good God.
All right. Matthew Liberatore. I don't know why we have him on here still, but
Yeah, it's not.
yeah. All right. Tyler McGill.
I like this one. Real. Both
Okay.
reels.
All right. Noelvi Marte.
It's another tough one.
I want this to be real, but it's fake for me. Just I don't know if the playing time's going to be consistent enough. That's the problem.
He's got it. Yep, he's got it. And it's a nice little hot stretch, including hitting a bunch of home runs off of a couple of, was it your team? I think it was your team. Sorry, guys.
Probably,
the Orioles pitch position players, but
grand slam
sideways. Like I don't have this hat on.
Yeah, exactly. Just go back into your Busch homer and come back with a different hat. There you go. Yeah, Marte. He's that game was ridiculous. But
yeah, I don't want to talk about it. We can move on.
The gist of it. All right, next up we got Jose Caballero.
I don't know. I mean, I like him for what he is.
You're getting him for the stolen bases. He's stolen 5 bases already. That part's real. The dude had 45 steals last season. So as long as you know what you're getting out of him, he's that part is real. Just use them for the steals.
Yeah. All right, Tyler Fitzgerald.
It's another tough one for me. I don't know about Joe,
Real
but
for me.
Real
For me.
Strikeout rate doesn't worry you?
It does.
It's down a little bit this year, right? But he has an 81 average exit velocity. He hardly hits the ball. I don't know how he hit so many home runs.
He was killing home runs for a while last year, and then
I just don't get it.
I don't know. Philly makes him look really good too. So
I want to say real like Joe has. I just don't get how he does some of the things he does.
Yeah, I think.
Real right now is he's got 2 home runs, right, and 5 stolen bases, and a really good batting average. Even if the batting average drops to like 295, 290, and he hits 15 bombs on the year and steals you 25 bases, you're taking that. That's what you're not like. We're not saying real like these guys are all turning into superstars, right? That's not what you think here. But like this guy is doing exactly what you think it is. Like people just sort of glossed over the fact that he went 15 and 17 last year in 314 at bats. 341 plate appearances. That's legit. Yeah, the strikeouts, are down right now. Maybe they go up a little bit, but look, he's only the third year in the majors. Make some adjustments, figure some things out. That's how these things hopefully work. That's what we want to see, right? So I like the adjustments it looks like he's making, and I think he can be a really good, solid contributor for your fantasy team.
Fair enough. Jacob Wilson.
Oh no. I mean, he's good for defense. I don't know what else he is, though. I mean, I'll go real, but I don't really know what we're gonna get out of him. I just don't think he's very helpful for fantasy leagues.
He's helpful in the even lesser version of Luis Arraez power version. The dude's got a 335 expected batting.
Sure,
he never strikes out ever. I think he struck out once this season, maybe, and has never drawn a walk.
That's crazy.
4 times he's up to. So he's going to help you in batting average. He might pop a few home runs because he plays in Suter Health Park. I think he has 2. He'll steal a base, but yeah, I don't. Other than extreme batting average is what you're using him for.
Okay. Dylan Moore.
Fake.
Okay, the reason that you're rostering Dylan Moore is because he qualifies at every single position on the planet Earth. That is why you're using him, and he still does that. That is why this is real, because he should just be on a bench somewhere. But do I expect this to continue? No,
But look, he's been that position eligible for years, and he still wasn't rosterable. So I think he's going right back to the waiver wire in a lot of leagues very soon. There's no way he
32 bases last year, man.
With a 201 batting average, I don't know how you roster that. That was, believe me, I tried to roster him a couple times and couldn't stomach it. I was like, I'm out. I can't do this.
I have him.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, I've been riding the wave. I almost caught him today, but didn't because he's playing tomorrow. So I needed bats. But yeah, I actually cut Wagaman instead. So, and he was just a flyer. But all right, next up we've got Kyle Manzardo. I feel like we talked about him a bunch of times this year, but where are we at with him now?
I mean, what he's doing, it's real.
Yeah,
this is what you're gonna get from him.
I agree.
He's home run hitter, low batting average. You're gonna have to deal with lots of over stretches.
Yep. Zach McKinstry.
That's backwards.
Yeah, it's like
ta-da!
Surprise.
Fake. Yeah.
He's the lesser Dylan Moore. He's another one that you're rostering for the positional eligibility. That's what your roster Zach McKinstry for, and I would trust Dylan Moore more. And like Joe said, he has plenty of deficiencies on his own. So
he also doesn't play every day either right now.
No,
I don't think he does platoon a good bit. So McKinstry, that's going to be another knock on him.
Yeah. All right. Christian Campbell.
Yeah, I think this one's real. This dude's the real deal, man. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been.
I don't know if he's going to be top 5 second baseman good, but he's going to be good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I bumped him way up in the rankings
that
before. Once I knew he got the call up and he was going to be there, I bumped him way up in my rankings for second base. I believe he was maybe 14. Maybe I put him in the top 10. I don't remember, but he was up there. But he's gonna be solid.
Yeah. All right. Hayden Wisniewski. Are we taking him off? No. I was thinking of someone else.
You guys kept him on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
parts of this are real. The ERA will rise because he gives up too many fly balls to not give up home runs at a higher clip than he's giving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess he's given up some already. I don't know.
2.35 home runs per nine is
Yeah.
not low, but I think it's the 87% left on base rate is probably going to climb a little bit. The BABIP against him is only 185, which is pretty low. You like the walk rate of 1.57 over 9. The K per 9 is 6.25. Or K to walk ratio is 6.25. That's solid. There's a lot of things to like here. Will the WHIP go up? Probably. The ERA will probably kind of hover around there, if not climb into the low 4s. But he's going to be a solid pitcher for your fifth, sixth guy on your team, and he'll have stretches where he's going to be he'll pitch like a number 2 or 3.
Okay, fair enough. Wilmer Flores, another giant on the list.
He's been so hot or cold all of his career, but screw it. I'll go real.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That is an aggressive one.
2 years ago, man, he was really damn good. Even 3 years ago, it was outside of the batting average 3 years ago, he was.
But he had, and correct me if I'm wrong, still does have a bunch of eligibility a couple years ago.
I believe it's just first now. When he had second and third, it was gold.
Everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was so
that
good.
was great. But now it's just first. Dude has a 24% home run to fly ball rate. That is up there with the names of all names in baseball. The only person above him on that list with a lower hard hit percentage is Gabriel Arias. He has a 22% hard hit rate and a 24% home run rate. That doesn't marry up. The home runs are going to slow substantially. He could get to 20. I would say 15 is more likely.
Yeah, he's not staying on this pace. He's near the home run leaders in the league right now. Yeah. But I think another guy who was completely undrafted. Probably, if I would guess, his ADP was probably near 500. Yeah. And so this is plenty fine. Like a guy you picked up for the waivers. I think he's going to produce reasonably well for you. So I'll take it.
All right. We can just skip the next one. It's clearly real. Jesus Luzardo. But just kidding. Go ahead. What say you?
It's not this. Look, it's real to the extent that he is good, but it is not this real to the 208. Correct. It'll settle into the mid 3s ERA. I think that we've seen him before in his career, but he looks awesome this year so far. He's looked incredible with the strikeouts and limiting walks, but no, it'll regress some.
Yeah, a 2 ERA is just not happening. I love it. I'm happy with it. But the last 3 games he's gotten douched by our freaking offense sucking. So he has given up a lot more hits too. So that's kind of coming back into the norm. But the K's are there. They've always been there. I'm good with it. Byron Buxton. I feel like he's always on this list every year.
Can I do like a reek? I don't know, man. It's real and fake all at the same time. It's real because he's good, but it's fake because we know in 40 games he's going on the IL.
Why don't you just call it a fail instead of a reek?
I like reek because he reeks. Shut up, AJ.
I like FAEL. Fail. You sir sit. All right. Next up, Dustin.
Good luck, Byron Buxton owners, because I
had him for about a week, if that, and dropped him. Dustin May.
Dustin May. I'm gonna go real.
Okay. What part of it is real, Joe?
I think he can actually get better.
You think he's going to stay healthy? Because you're just talking about Byron Buxton, and I will show you the career of Justin May.
That is true. That is true.
But
while he's on the field, I think everything you're seeing is real, and then if anything, it's going to get better. His left on base percentage right now is 56.9. His BABIP is 254. he doesn't strike out a ton of guys. Long gone are the days where in 2021 where he came up and 13.7 Ks per nine. Like he's not that guy anymore. I don't know what happened. It's just never going to happen again. Apparently,
14 arm surgeries.
Sure.
Let's see here.
14 arm surgeries. Yeah,
I'll do it.
I
I
agree
think
that
there's a lot of
the innings you get out of Dustin May will be good. I would be shocked if he hits 100 innings. Shocked if he hits 100 innings.
Yeah, I don't. I'm disagree with that.
Yep.
All right. George Polanco.
Jackass. This was fake.
Yeah, it is. But I do think he should be on a roster in any 15 team. He has second and third base eligibility. He's off to a very strong start. He's hitting the ball well. I think he should be on a roster, but not to this pace. It'll slow.
All right. Luke
Skip him. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Skip him. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Sorry, yeah. Kyle Stowers.
I don't know. I feel like I never watched the Marlins. Every time a Marlins player comes up, I have absolutely no idea how
all over this list today.
I have no idea how they're doing. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 307. Yeah, that's a fake.
Yeah, I'm going fake.
I don't believe that they'll do that.
He was touted.
Both of the Orioles prospects that they gave up for that awesome pitcher are doing really well in Miami, so I'm loving that.
Norby and Stowers, yeah.
Norby and Stowers. I know everybody.
Norby just started playing. Finally, he was injured, so
yeah, but he was so good last year for them. He's already playing pretty well. In his few games up.
Yep.
Stowers, I don't know. I need to see it for a lot longer. He's gotten a couple of chances and just has flopped hard every time he gets a chance to come up. So I need to see this for a lot longer from Stowers before I believe it.
Yeah, agree. Gavin Sheets. Couldn't remember if we left him on or took him off, but
yeah, this is fake also.
Yeah,
he's not
enjoy it while it lasts, but
323. He did change his stance this offseason to try to get to more power, so I can believe that he hits more home runs before, but the average will drop.
Yeah. I mean, look, first time he's on a new team, maybe coaching staff is making something work. He's got really good talent around him, so maybe Tatis and Machado and all those guys are giving him some pointers and helping him out. The guy was a much touted prospect, back in the day. Just never could really put it all together. Just sort of hung around, and then the White Sox were terrible, so there was nothing else to replace him with. So it is what it is. But it's not sustainable. He's been all right, but no way.
All right, TJ Friedel. Oh,
you skipped your boy. You're skipping your Phillies.
I'll come back to that.
Oh, okay.
Saving the best for last.
Oh boy.
God.
Is it really that hard to pivot from one to the other in a rapid fire?
It is, man. You screwed me up.
Yeah, you screwed me up too.
All right. It's Bryson Stott. No.
Well, now we're doing Friedel because I'm already on Friedel here.
Fake.
Yes.
TJ Friedel's fake. TJ Friedel is not a 300 hitter. He is a 240-ish hitter who can give you some speed. I don't trust the rest of that at all.
Correct. Although I'll say a couple years ago, he hit 279.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Because we've never seen anybody bounce back.
All right. Now, do I need to go back or can I go?
No, just continue.
Lars
already threw us off.
Lars Nootbaar.
He has slowed down considerably. So now at this point, I will say real.
Yeah.
If it had been week 2, no way. He was cooking. But this is real, and he's batting at the top of that lineup. I know it's not awesome, but he has shown why he's up there. His OBP is 380 right now, and I don't think they're gonna moving him off that leadoff spot anytime soon.
No. Nootbaar was a bad idea to drop because he slowed down so much. I figured, well, let me try to get somebody else. and 17.5 points sitting on the waiver wire.
You are a strange man, AJ.
I am a glutton for punishment.
You left our league to go play in this like 8-man league that you're allowed to drop Lars Newbar in. Now I know why.
I mean, he's on waivers. Somebody will probably pick him up.
You should.
I have one pickup left. I need a catcher now, so I will probably not be picking him up.
Of course you do. Okay.
All right.
Move on. Last one.
Bryson Stott.
I'm going to go real.
Thank you. Corey, you are now kicked off the show.
Let me
not hear any more out of you.
The dude has a second percentile average exit velocity. Would you like to hear who has a lower one? Jose Iglesias, Joey Ortiz, Matt Shaw now in the minors, and Kyle Isbell. I love Bryson Stott. He is literally barely hitting the ball.
He didn't barely hit the ball the other night off of Edwin Diaz. That went for quite a ways into the outfield seats, but it didn't matter because they still being lost. So thanks for nothing, Bryson. He has been better since he took over the leadoff spot. I want to say it's real. Last year he was injured. He was dealing with crap all year long. He just wasn't the same player that we saw. He's great with 2 strikes. He works counts. He gets on base. I think it's real and will continue. But I am biased, so take that for what it's worth.
Like, I don't think you're picking him up for like all of a sudden expecting like 20-25 home run power. You're picking him up for like 12 to 15 home runs and 30 plus stolen bases and a fairly high average. I do think he can hit for a pretty decent average. It's not going to be over 300. So like for that instance, I think it's real. Right now he's just on a little hot streak, and that's what that's what players like him need. They need a little hot streak, get on base, steal a bunch of bases. So I'm totally fine with it. Yeah, they moved him up to the top of the lineup, and he seems to be really comfortable up there. Let's say that. Yeah. So.
Well, Trey Turner sucks, so he doesn't deserve to be there anymore. Stott's earned it. I think it's worthwhile for him, and if he can continue to work counts, get on base, and get these steals, that's where his value is going to be. Obviously, he's not going to be getting a ton of homers or a ton of RBIs because he's batting leadoff. But with the way Philly's team is hitting, maybe the bottom of the lineup is the only people that can actually hit. So maybe the RBIs will be there. Little reverse psychological mind F there. Okay. That wraps up our real or fake discussion for the night. Lots of players, lots of good info. And now we will jump into the news. First off, we've got Grayson Rodriguez dealing with the shoulder issue still. We've got Spencer.
No, not still. That's a new one, man.
The shoulder? Oh, sorry.
Shoulder's new. It was elbow.
Yeah. Well, the whole arm just needs to go. So
he's done, dude. There's no
amputate
back this year.
Thanks for coming out. And I think they're actually doing a bobblehead for him at some point this year too. So that's awesome. Spencer Strider injured again with a hamstring this time. Okay. Way to go. Thanks for coming up for a start and a half, 2 starts, maybe, whatever it was.
1 start, 5 innings. What a 5 innings it was, though.
Yes, it was. It was
Vlad's only home run for the year. Thank you. Thank you, Spencer Strider.
It looked good.
Yes, it was.
And now he's back out. We've got some call-ups here. We've got Nick Kurtz, I believe, was getting started today. I think he got called up yesterday, but he was being acclimated.
Yeah, somebody made a joke like you would think he would be acclimated against who was he playing?
It's Texas.
Yeah, but who was the pitcher? I forget who the pitcher was.
Patrick Corbin.
Yeah, it was like you would think he could get acclimated to like the best way he could get acclimated was to pitch against Patrick Corbin. And it was like a big joke. The thread was wild. It was so
it was because of
like,
the
no kidding.
righty, lefty, righty, whatever.
Yeah, but then the manager
like, came out. I don't know.
Came out saying like, oh, he's not going to sit, against these guys, but he's just going to get acclimated. It's like, what? I've never heard that in my life. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like, then why even bring him up? Well, he's got to get used to the locker room, where his new locker is, because it's not the same locker he had in the minors. Clearly,
it probably was. They're playing in the same stadium.
I know, true.
Probably was.
He's got to meet the new towel guy for the major leagues, and get used to the new cafeteria. There's a lot of acclimation that needs to happen here, guys. Don't take it out on Kurtz, all right? We've got. Wow, shocker. Another Marlin, Augustin Ramirez. We've got Chandler Simpson all called up. And then called down to AAA is Zach Veen, gets the demotion. And then we've got a couple more injuries here. Christopher Sanchez, boo, forearm soreness. And then we've got Corey Seager to the IL with a hamstring. Joe, we will start with you. Any of these you would like to pile onto?
Yeah, so I'll touch on Grayson Rodriguez. I kind of was saying that he's probably done for the year. I wouldn't be shocked, but I will say good news on the shoulder is that it's a mild lat strain apparently. So there's a chance, that's not going to hold him back, but he will be shut down from throwing for a few weeks. So people who thought they might get him in I think we were expecting like June-ish. Now maybe looking at July, it's not going to be. It's going to be second half of the season at, like early second half of the season at best, probably mid second half of the season. I think the Orioles season is looking done. I've said it. I said it early on. I have no idea what they did this offseason with their pitching. I know the whole like Burns thing. I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and our friend Jason, pointed this out to me, and I wasn't even really thinking. I just like every other fan, like just pissed they didn't get Burns. Like, how come we didn't get Burns, bro? Well, first off, he's been bad, so whatever. Second, they did offer a lot of money. They actually offered more per year to Corbin Burns than Arizona did. He just wanted to go home, so you're not going to win on that. And then at the same time, like the thing that bothers me the most is like, okay, you're willing to put out 4 years, 180 mil to Corbin Burns. So it's a lot per year, right? You mean to tell me not an other single pitcher that was worth a damn was worth any more money than what we gave Charlie Morton? Like, have we seen how bad Charlie Morton has been? He has completely tanked my ERA in the Fantasy Six-Pack series. I picked him up for a 2-start week. Pretty sure he went a whopping like 6 2/3 innings for 13 earned runs. Awesome. Thanks, man. Didn't even give me strikeouts. So not good. So I don't know what the Orioles are doing. I'm kind of worried that they're going to like panic trade and like overpay for some, like slightly above average pitcher. And it's gonna ruin our future. But I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I was really, really excited about this new management and everything else. Once Angelos was out of the picture, and the whole family was out of the picture, but I'm not so confident anymore, man. They seem to have really botched things, and like I'm just worried that in a year or two we're gonna be watching Gunnar and Adley walk over to the Yankees, over to the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Padres, whoever wants to pay for them, because that's what happens in Baltimore. This sucks. Spencer Strider, at least it's not an arm injury. That's all I have to say.
Let's see here. I'll take some of the rest of these. Zach Veen, you can cut in fantasy leagues. He looked awful. I wish more. You can cut him. Chris Sanchez. It doesn't sound as bad that they had the MRI. It doesn't sound like it's going to require Tommy John, but an IL stint was imminent, I'm sure. Corey Seager, at least it's not his sports hernia that he usually gets, but hamstrings aren't great either. And then the prospect guys, Nick Kurtz is 1 for 1 already. I was just looking that up. Last week, one of the players that got brought up was Kumar Rocker, and I think it was actually the last week we're talking. He was dominating. Today, 1 2/3, 5 earned for him as they batted around, it looks like in the first inning, and Kurtz just grounded out with the bases loaded. So 1 for 2. you should make sure Nick Kurtz is not available in any fantasy league at all, because he is going to be a stud. Augustin Ramirez is a catcher who can steal bases. The Yankees traded him to the Marlins as part of the return for Jazz Chisholm last year. He was one of the main pieces in that return. Last season, the minors, 25 home runs and 22 steals. He is off to a great start, 6 for 8 with 3 doubles. I mean, of course, that will not last, but I would be willing to put him in like any 2-catcher league. You need to have him, and you should at least watch him in single catcher leagues as someone to have. And Chandler Simpson, okay. So Chandler Simpson has absolutely no power on planet Earth. He has 1 minor league home run in nearly 1,200 plate appearances, and that was an inside the park home run. But he's the fastest man on baseball. The second that he stepped on the field, the dude stole 104 bases, I think, last season at the minor league level, and has already stolen a couple of bases this year. So any roto league, a couple of bases since he's got called to the majors 3 games ago. He's already stolen 2. He can hit for average. You're just not going to get any power to speak of. But if you need steals or any roto league, you need to make sure that Chandler Simpson is on a roster, because he could be a difference maker in that one category by himself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Sanchez obviously sucks. They're already dealing with they were dealing with Taijuan Walker potentially being injured, but it sounds like he's good to make his start. Hooray.
Ranger Suarez should be back soon, right? Ranger Suarez is coming back soon, correct?
Suarez, he did either a rehab start or a bullpen. I can't remember which. I think it was just a bullpen, but he should be coming back. Aaron Nola's looked like absolute dog shit. So they need help wherever they can get it. Their pitching in general is just horrific, from the starters to the bullpen. The Sanchez has been good up until now. Luzardo,
at least it's not the Orioles.
True. At least we have stud pitchers that just one is injured. So I'm still looking up for that part of it, but still TBD with this. Obviously, if it's just soreness, hopefully it's not something that's going to linger. But we'll see. Keep an eye on it, obviously.
Update: Geraldo Perón just hit a double, like the true study is.
We need to do a Hall of Fame tracker for Perdomo.
Yeah.
We gotta pull it out. Corey, you didn't see that last year, I don't think. We had the joke Hall of Fame tracker. But that's when I made the slides. I had way more time for the show. But all right, that's it for the week. I want to thank everybody for watching and listening. Hope you like this format. Maybe we'll try to figure out some more ways to bring in some whiteboard action here. I had fun with it. Like I said, tomorrow, Thursday, NFL Draft Day. Make sure you tune in to all of the goodness here on at Fantasy Six Pack. We got the live blog over here on the site, so that'll be great, and all the other great NFL draft content we've got, and then we'll have a bunch of it like immediately after the draft as well. We'll be back next week at our regular time, I believe. I don't think there's anything in the way for more baseball talk. So without further ado, we will talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Go Birds. Probably not going to have a pick tomorrow. Thanks for trading. All right.
Great.